Yo, what's up, Phantom Force? Welcome to our wrap-up of 2024, our tier list of all the runs that we did on the channel so far, and we're going to add to this list in 2025, so we'll have a comprehensive list going forward from here. Now, just note that this does take into consideration all of my experiences, so whether or not I use open documents, whether or not I played it blind, whether the game was supposed to be a story game and it hit for me, maybe it was supposed to be a difficulty hack and maybe it was difficult or not difficult in the right or wrong ways. Our tier list starts off with S tier being full heat. These games felt just right. They were either fun in a competitive, difficult way or maybe in a Fakemon story way. A tier is slaps, but there was a little thing there that made it so that way it didn't get to be staying in S tier, but I still loved these games. They were great games, had so much fun. Fun, but something wrong. B tier is where a game goes if there was something about it, either from the game's fault or from the way that I played it, that made it actively not fun in times and made me lose interest. Not him are games that I did not like to play. And our upcoming teaser are games that you're going to get to see very soon on the channel. So this is a little sneak peek so you guys can see our upcoming runs. So the first game we're going to look at is our most recent game on the channel, actually, Pokemon Storm Silver. So this game is made by Drayano. Very fun game. I loved this game. He fills out a lot of the boss battle and gym leaders teams to make them more competitively relevant. Also, he reroutes Johto to make it so that way it makes a lot more sense to go through and you can actually fix the level caps, making it a lot more fun that way too. For me, there were two things that I had issues with. The first one is when you fight all of the Team Rocket stuff before you go to Lake of Rage, and then right after that, you fight Price and then into Team Rocket again for the radio tower. That felt off. Also, the difficulty was ramping through the Elite Four. Even was fine with Brock and the Mount Moon rival and Misty. And then after that, it kind of tanks. Like, it's so easy to beat the next 6 gym leaders. So other than blue and red, it really didn't have to do much planning. So I would say just because of those things, I would put Pokemon Storm Silver in slaps, but great game, A tier for me. The next game we're going to look at is Digimon Emerald. This is one of the hardest ones for me to place on a tier list just because it is only a reskinned Pokemon game. However, I think the fun and the way I played through blind made it an incredible experience. I don't think this is a play another time kind of game for me, just because I already know what a lot of the Pokemon types are and their special moves. But as a first time playthrough, it was incredible. It was super fun. It did exactly the job that it was trying to do with the nostalgia for Digimon. And for me, it was full heat. I loved every second of playing that game. That's full heat for me. S tier for Digimon. The third game we're going to put on our list is going to be kind of a controversial take from me. It's Pokemon Xenoverse, and a lot of people love this game. I do too, but there were some things about it that made me have a lot less fun. So because I was doing it as a blind Nuzlocke, and a lot of the boss battles that are just a Pokemon are Omni boosted, it meant that I couldn't use strategy and team building to make sure I have a balanced team. I had to have bulky Pokemon that could Toxic Stall anything that I ran into that was a bulky Omni boosted Pokemon. That made it a lot less fun for me. Also, there were times that I felt disappointed, and those were, like, for example, when you fight a lightning horse a second time, and then you finally get your own lightning horse, and you're like, dude, this thing destroyed me twice, and I finally get my own, and then yours is horrible. It's not even close to the ones that you fought, and I wish it was. It would have been so much more fun that way. So the game is still good. I suggest if you want to play this game, play it not as a Nuzlocke. It'd be such a better game that way. But because I did it as a blind Nuzlocke, there were times I had a lot less fun and I felt really shoehorned into using Toxic Stall. So for me, Pokemon Xenoverse, B tier. Fun, but something is wrong there. The next game, Pokemon Radical Red, is the king of features. It is such an incredibly fun and difficult ROM hack. You have Pokemon from every single generation, Mega Evolutions, Gigantamax Pokemon reskinned as Megas, Raid Dance. You can pick any starter to start off with out of every one of them. You can also randomize your starters too, and you can randomize Pokemon out in the world, both off of scaled levels or unscaled levels. It is such a great game. There are a lot of extra boss battles too. So like before you fight Brock, you can do Faulkner too. There's also some boss battles in Mount Moon. It is so fun until you get to Erica. And then for me, it fits a Storm Silver vibe where you beat Erica. And then there's the slog of ace trainers between her and Koga. And then it's a lot of fun doing the re-battles for Brock, Misty, and Lieutenant Surge. Love that stuff. and then you get to Blaine finally, and then you have ace trainers in his gym too. And it feels like those times bring the game down for me. It's a lot of extra planning. Those are like 3-hour sessions that I'm spending on just ace trainers trying to get to Koga. And that would have maybe been okay if the expectation was that for the entire game. But since it wasn't, for me, that brings it down 1 tier. Radical Red without those battles would be S tier. For me, it is still A tier. I love Radical Red a lot. This is a game with huge replayability as well. Moving on to our next game, Pokemon Vanguard. This was so much fun to play through. This is a story game with a bunch of Fakemon, custom art, custom region. You start off the game with like 18 options for starters that all have new type combinations and abilities. The game still has a bunch of support from the developers that are running their Discord channel and upgrading the game constantly. And you can choose to make this into a difficulty hack if you choose to by the options. So for me, this game felt amazing. I loved it. Incredible game, incredible experience. S tier. Vanguard is full heat for me for sure. Next up is going to be another controversial take, but this one is for PokeRogue. PokeRogue was an incredible game. I loved it until I started trying to make videos about it, and that's what ruined it for me. Also, PokeRogue has a very weird difficulty curve where the beginning is hard and then it's just so easy, and then you hit the end and then all of a sudden it's incredibly difficult and you wipe at 95 to 100 every single time. And I didn't enjoy that because I was trying to make videos of it. If I was just playing the game naturally and just going through it slowly, I would have had way more fun, but that's not how I played this game. I found myself just resetting over and over and over, really bored after a while, just trying to get to Eternatus, wiping, and then having to do it again. So this is my fault, PokeRogue. I'm so sorry to do this for you, but I did not have that much fun most of the time playing PokeRogue, which was my bad. So sorry, PokeRogue, but you are sitting with Xenoverse in B tier. And we already have another roguelike for Pokemon, which is Emerald Rogue. For me, this one felt better trying to make videos for because the difficulty was more evenly placed. Like the gym leaders all felt like they mattered instead of PokeRogue, where the middle just felt like you were just going through the motion. And also my teams felt more varied. So for me, Emerald Rogue was more fun. Because of me trying to make videos for it, though, it's the same as PokeRogue, where I'm going to have to knock this down a tier because resetting in hopes to make a good video made it less fun for me, but still slaps, but A tier. And I can tell you what's not going to be A tier. It's Pokemon Infinite Fusion. I'm just going to be straight up with you guys. This is my favorite Pokemon game ever. I love the creative fusions the community has put together for this game. It's so sick. I've already played through this game 2 entire times because I love it so much. And then it's worth going back over and over and over again because there's more and more new fusions. So Pokemon Infinite Fusion, not only is it full heat S tier, but it's top of full heat S tier. We have an honorable mention too, which is Pokemon Pocket. I know we have not published a video yet of Pokemon Pocket, but we have streamed a tournament over on Twitch already, so I feel comfortable putting it on our list. I play this game a lot. I have every icon, every emblem. I have every single meta relevant deck, all 2-star rarity and below cards, mostly immersives. I've been having so much fun. This is going to be on slaps, but it's pay to win. And it's not pay to win in a way that you can't build out decks without doing it slowly. But if you want to be competitively viable for tournaments, you cannot roll into this current meta without Gyarados EX, without Golem, new Golem, without Mystic Slab on your Mewtwo, without the utility of Leaf or Blue. So with all of these important cards, you have to pay to win if you want to do tournaments. And that's going to bring it down to A tier for me, but it is such an amazing game. So it looks like everything has escaped the F tier this year, the not him tier. Everything has been S, A, or B. Such fun games. I've had such a great experience playing them. We're going to move up the upcoming teaser row because it's getting pushed off the screen so I can show you the next games we're going to play. And actually the first one that we're going to play is already being streamed on Twitch right now. So videos for it are going to be coming out soon, which is Pokemon Shinobi. This game is so polished, you guys. Think about Xenoverse or Vanguard, so story games, where the story is Naruto characters, and then the battling system is you using Pokemon to do Pokemon battles. As per usual with some Fakemon, it's been so much fun. I'm not going to spoil anything else for you guys, but it is polished. It is clean. It's such a fun game, and I can't wait to put out videos for you guys with it. The next difficulty hacks we're going to play in no particular order are going to be Pokemon Renegade Platinum. It is Drayano's most recent game. and Pokemon Inclement Emerald. It's about the same difficulty as Renegade Platinum, I hear, so that should be fun. And then our next story games after Pokemon Shinobi are going to be Pokemon Rocket Edition and Pokemon Unbound. They look very cool, and I'm really excited to play them. And that wraps up such an incredible year with you guys. Thank you so much for being here, for being part of the community. I appreciate you guys. It's been a very great experience for me, so I can't wait for 2025 so I can play more games, put out more videos for you guys. I appreciate your comments. Appreciate your love. Don't forget to like, comment on this one too. Smash that noti bell, and I'll see you guys so soon. Peace.